All right, so who was the true inventor of the karaoke? I mean, the true inventor of karaoke wasn't who you think, apparently. People have linked this video over to me, and it's by Future Folklore. He's been a really interesting channel people have mentioned. And also, this video also was linked to me, and it was just posted a couple of days ago. And, you know, there's a lot of debate between, you know, Japanese musician with no patent and then a Filipino inventor. There's a lot of debate. We're going to find that out today. Let's check it out together, please. Let's go.
Before we dive deeper, let's clear one of the first myths about karaoke. Some people hear karaoke and assume it's Spanish, maybe because kara means face and it sounds familiar. But the truth is, the word is entirely Japanese. Kara means empty, and oke is short for oke sutoro, the Japanese pronunciation of orchestra. Now, when you put them together, karaoke means empty orchestra.
That low-key makes sense too.
Not a concert missing a singer, but a stage left open, waiting for you to step in.
Now, big question. The Japanese inventors.
This is where most history books and articles start off with. A drummer from Kobe named Daisuke Inouye. In 1971, he built a curious machine. It played instrumental background tracks, letting customers sing even when the live band wasn't around. You'd insert a coin, pick a song, and sing along. He called it the 8-juke, short for 8-track jukebox. And he started distributing it to bars around Osaka and Kobe. But despite his impact, he never patented it. When asked, he said, "I didn't think it was original enough. I assumed someone had already done it." And maybe in a way he was right, because 4 years earlier, in 1967, another Japanese inventor, Shigechi Negishi, he built something that was very similar. It was simply called Sparko Box, a small singing machine that played instrumental cassette tapes with a microphone so customers could sing along. The Sparko Box was used in small bars around Saitama, but it was never patented as well, mass-produced, or widely promoted. Most people outside of those few bars never even heard about it. So why does Inouye get the credit? Because history doesn't just reward invention, it rewards timing, branding, and visibility. Inouye's karaoke machine spread just as Japan entered its post-war tech boom, a time when the world was hungry for Japanese innovation. He wasn't the first to build a karaoke-style machine, but he was the first to build it, give it momentum, and turn it into a worldwide phenomena.
You see, now that makes a lot of sense, because I low-key was thinking, like, maybe it's because of the timing.
Across the sea in the Philippines, a different kind of singing machine was quietly taking shape. Not in a factory, but in a small music shop. Roberto Del Rosario, a Filipino musician and electronics technician. In 1983, he filed a patent for what he called the sing-along system, a machine that went beyond simple background tracks. It featured a built-in microphone, sound mixing controls, amplifiers, and even a playback option.
So
this
upgraded
is far
option.
closer in design to the karaoke machines that we know of today. His patent was officially granted in 1986. On paper, legally speaking, Del Rosario, not Inouye, not Negishi, held the first recognizable patent for karaoke as a commercial product. But like most things in life, timing changed everything. By the early 1980s, karaoke was already booming worldwide, driven by Japanese machines and a new catchy word, karaoke. By 1980, over 100,000 karaoke machines were operating in Japan. By 1985, Japan's karaoke market was worth over 160 billion yen, which is about $400 million at that time. Karaoke bars had popped up in South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and even parts of the United States. By the time Del Rosario's patent was approved in 1986, karaoke wasn't just the novelty. It had become that global phenomena. And
I'm not gonna lie, be honest, okay? When you think about it, especially with the, you know, he was the first to do the patent in the Philippines and not technically the one who invented it per se, at least, you know, he added some upgrades, obviously the playback thing and all that. And obviously the timing with the, especially in Japan, I feel like it all still applies in terms of what they were able to do with the karaoke machine in the Philippines, along with Japan, of course, too. When I went to Japan and traveled there, I remember seeing so many karaoke places that you could go to. It was kind of insane, but in the Philippines, you could hear the karaoke in every other place. It was like beautiful and how different, but so close. You know what I mean? It just like,
Though his sing-along system did find success inside the Philippines, it was never widely exported. Meanwhile, Japanese manufacturers had already saturated the global market. But still, Del Rosario's claim wasn't just symbolic. In the 1990s, he successfully sued Japanese manufacturers operating in the Philippines for violating his patent rights, and he won. So while Japan exported karaoke to the world, a Filipino inventor working in a modest music shop quietly secured its blueprint. And in both legal records and living folklore, that matters.
myths that live on.
But not every karaoke story comes with a patent or a courtroom victory. There's another version, one that doesn't show up in news archives or legal records. It survives through memory passed from neighbor to neighbor down the generations. Some Filipinos remember a man, his name is lost to time now, who sometime in the 1970s built his own singing machine from salvaged parts. Old cassette decks, spare radios, and even a baton microphone. It played background music, could sing into a mic, was loud, portable, and entirely hand-built. Found a quote from Opinion Exchange Forum. This counts as online oral history, and it goes like this. In our barangay, a guy made a karaoke box from an old cassette player, and everyone sang on it during fiestas. There were no patents, no lawyers, no corporate branding. Just a do-it-yourself sound machine born out of necessity.
People are amazing.
And it came around at a time when these types of machines, these karaoke style machines, didn't exist for the common Filipino family. In other words, this is folklore, a community innovation that slipped beneath the radar of history, but lived in living rooms, towns, fiestas, and late-night sing-alongs in those communities. It may not be verifiable by court documents or company records, but it is believable. And sometimes, especially with a myth, believability is all that needs to survive. The funny thing is, a debate over karaoke isn't just about patents and innovations and national pride. It seems like it has something deeper to do with identity. Karaoke didn't just become a machine. It was a reflection of each country's culture and values. In Japan, it became part of their tech revolution, an innovation of convenience, efficiency, and leisure during an economic boom. In the Philippines, on the other hand, it became something completely different. It was something that brought the family together and helped spur community building. So, as we come to the end, who really invented karaoke? Shigechi Negishi built it first, but never claimed it. Daisuke Inouye spread it across Japan, but never patented it. Roberto Del Rosario patented it, but never globalized it. Three different men, three different contributions, each adding a verse to the myth in its own way. And maybe that's the point, because karaoke is not owned by one country, one inventor, or one story. It is a global phenomena, a way for ordinary people like you and I to be extraordinary, if only for a few minutes. And maybe that's what makes it so timeless.
Beautiful line.
Because the empty orchestra isn't really empty at all. It's filled with every voice brave enough to step up to that mic. And somewhere in a bar in Manila or street corner in Tokyo, the mic is still waiting for that person.
Oh my gosh. Now that was a beautiful video by Future Folklore. I loved it, man. The lines he used, it was excellent in explaining a lot of different things. And I felt like it was really special in that way because to me, the Philippines grew it in this family and beautiful way. And that's not to say that Japan isn't, but it's completely different in the way they went about it and the way they feel about it. And it was just such a magical way that he kind of explained. And as well, it kind of shows you, like, technically by, like, court documents way, he patented it in the Philippines. So technically he did. But then again, it wasn't Japan, but he just never claimed it. And the other one spread it across, but never actually, you know, as well claimed it. You know, it's just like this whole technicality kind of thing. But at the end of the day, Japan and the Philippines both incorporated the reason why karaoke is what it is today. Thank you guys for linking us over, and thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hey, if you liked it, leave a like. If you loved it, subscribe. If you want more, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, till next time, guys. Peace.